From the latest cruise news and luxury resort openings to Disney updates, travel trends, and destinations around the world, this is the Elevated Escapes Report. I'm Mike.
And I'm Kristen. Each week, we'll bring you the stories, trends, and travel headlines that matter most to travelers looking for their next elevated escape. Let's get started.
All right. Well, it says in the intro, which I just nailed, to Disney updates. Why don't we start with me? I'll talk about a Disney update that just happened. It is that buses and the boats going from Disney Springs to resort hotels you have to have a reservation, a hotel reservation.
Okay.
You have to have a dining reservation. These are either or's. A dining reservation or an event reservation, meaning you're going to go over to the Contemporary to do a fireworks party, or you're going to go over to the Grand Floridian and you are going to do a fishing excursion.
Okay.
So you have to have one of those three in order to use Disney Springs transportation.
So now, for those of you who may not be familiar, Disney Springs is kind of the shopping and entertainment district that is outside of the Disney World parks. So you don't need a ticket to get in. It's a ton of restaurants, a ton of stores. They'll have bands play sometimes. You can do some amphicar rides. You can do a pseudo hot air balloon ride. So there's a bunch of stuff going on over there, and it's a big draw for locals as well as, you know, people who are maybe at the parks, but they don't want to do a park day. So now what you're saying is you can't go from Disney Springs to a hotel. Without a reservation, an event.
That is correct.
Or a dining reservation.
And there's also, and this rule is going into effect on June 28th.
Oh, quick.
So very quickly. They piloted it a few weeks ago. And usually when they pilot something, they actually institute it. Now, there's all sorts of reasons why the Disney community thinks this is the case. They think that there's a lot of people who are gaming the system, parking for free, then taking a bus to a resort hotel to turn around and take a bus from the resort hotel to one of the parks and get out of parking fees. That's one thing. I believe that there are a lot of locals who just kind of peruse over to Disney Springs and then like to use the free transportation to go all over the place.
That makes sense.
And this could be making Disney transportation a little bit more crowded. I'm sorry. I agree that if I want to get back to my resort hotel and I have to wait for a second bus to come and I find out that 30% of the occupancy was people who weren't staying on property, it would perturb me a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Disney community is losing their minds. Like anytime they raise a ticket price by 30 cents, anytime bottled water goes up by 15 cents, they lose their minds. I don't really have a problem with this.
Well, my only issue, and I think you've said that this has been raised in the community already, is that for people like us who have annual passes that allow us to go to the parks pretty much whenever we want, we have a few restrictions.
Right.
We are prevented from doing this as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a tendency to spend a lot of time at the resort restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not the be all end all because usually we're driving up anyway. So it's not a huge deal.
The only time we go to Disney Springs is if we're staying on property.
Or if we're meeting somebody.
If we're meeting somebody.
Right.
That's correct. But I don't see this really impacting us. Maybe they will loosen it up a little bit and include annual pass holders. But a lot of times when we want a resort hop, we're already staying on property.
True.
And the rules are you only have to be staying on property. So you don't, if you could get on the Contemporary bus and be staying at Pop Century.
Yeah.
So
you have to have a hotel reservation, not that particular bus's hotel reservation.
But I think it's a pain for those people who are at Disney Springs who want to go to Port Orleans, Riverside to get some beignets.
Right.
I mean, that's the transportation that I used when I did my resort 21 lobby resort at Christmas time. You can check that out on our one of my YouTube pages, WDW Beyond the Gates. But anyways, that's how I was able. I went from Saratoga Springs to Disney Springs to Port Orleans. I was using those boats to get all over the place. I did have a reservation, though. I was staying at Boardwalk, so I would have
Oh,
been exempt that day too.
that's
So
right.
I don't see
Hmm.
how this is going to impact us negatively. I don't see how it's going to impact those of you who book a Disney vacation negatively. So again, they can always go back. I don't see a huge problem with this.
Okay, fair. My news is much broader in scope. So this is coming from Condé Nast Traveler, which is a very well-renowned travel magazine, Mike, if you're not aware. This is their most exciting hotel openings of this summer, from Portugal to the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there are a few. Some of these are kind of relaunches, old resorts that are now under new ownership and have been refurbed. Some are just, they've been redone. So number one is the faraway Jackson Hole, Wyoming, in the heart of Teton Village at the base of Jackson Hole Mountain Resort.
I can already tell this place is going to be gorgeous.
So this is the reimagining of the old Snake River Lodge and Spa. And the hotel group includes Faraways on Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard and the Hotel Corduroy in Montauk. So they are now bringing their talents west, and this sounds like it's going to be a lovely property. 90 rooms, 48 residences, with a year-round indoor-outdoor pool, hot tub, sauna, and gathering spaces, as well as an all-day restaurant and social hub. So that sounds like someplace I would definitely be interested in staying.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Number two is the Hedges Inn in East Hampton, New York. This is a 12-room historic 1873 property that I believe was something else and now is being taken over by Sarah Wettenhall, who is the hotelier behind the Colony Hotel in Palm Beach, which is that kind of standout pink hotel in Palm Beach that everybody knows.
I was just going to say, is it pink? Yes,
Yep.
I do know that one.
Yep.
Didn't know it by name, but I know what you're talking about.
So this should also be a lovely property. Number three is the Inn at Langley on Whidbey Island in Washington. 28 rooms. The hotel group has properties in Palm Springs and Santa Fe. And they are using the principles of Japanese design. So kind of that Pacific Northwest, I think, is a good place for that aesthetic. Rooms and standalone cottages feature water views, wood-burning fireplaces, heavenly soaking tubs, and luxury bath amenities. Locally sourced minibar selections, and they are saying, come here to hike or do nothing at all, but check out the table at Passage, which is the new signature restaurant from Michelin-recognized chef Johnny Sparrow.
Know that name. Now, would you want to hike or do nothing?
Probably a little bit of both.
Okay. And I?
Nothing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next is the 84 Ranch in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Pagosa Springs is known for access to hiking trails and geothermal hot springs. So again, this sounds like a great location. And this is one of the first regenerative agritourism destinations of its kind in Colorado. It has 4 cabins, and it is a working organic ranch that's inviting the guests to participate in feeding the animals, planting trees, and learning about healthy soil and land stewardship intersection. There's a hot tub, saunas, cold plunges, electric bikes, and farm-driven dining supplied by the ranch itself. So, sounds like a cool place if you're into kind of that hands-on vacation.
Yeah, I'm thinking, do I really want to go back to work while I'm on vacation? And
Probably not for you.
Probably not, yes.
Okay. Next is the Herondale Hotel in Astoria, Oregon, on a bluff overlooking where the Columbia River meets the Pacific. This is a small town with a little charm, a lot of atmosphere. It's a 39-room hotel in a historic property that is being transformed into a luxurious retreat with sweeping river views from most rooms and a higher degree of privacy in 2 standalone cabins. You've got famous waterfront trails in Astoria. This is on the outskirts of town, about 3 miles from the downtown core of shops and restaurants. So a real sense of tranquility and privacy in an absolutely beautiful locale that will appeal to out-of-staters and weekenders from Portland.
Okay.
Next is the White Elephant in Aspen. This is an outpost of the Nantucket-born Palm Beach Refined Hotel Group, known for its highly specific blend of design-driven hospitality. So this is for those people who really want to be in a beautiful room. 54 rooms, over 125 original works of art, curated across guest rooms and public areas. They have Dyson hair dryers, high-end bath amenities, petite plume, custom chalet print pajamas, and sleep masks available for purchase.
You know that you're at a good place when you're wearing a sleep mask at night, right?
Yeah. So again, places in Aspen are known to be on the higher end of the spectrum, and this sounds like it's going to be a really nice addition. Next is the Bison Lodge Cabin at Lone Mountain Ranch in Big Sky, Montana. On a private ridge within the historic Lone Mountain Ranch's 148-acre property with fantastic views of Lone Mountain. 26th cabin at the ranch, and has a large format accommodation, fantastic for groups. 5,000 square feet, up to 16 guests across 6 king bedrooms. So really great for a family reunion, or, get your, sorority sisters together, that kind of thing. I think it sounds like a lot of fun. Booking the lodge includes a dedicated mountain experience host who will wrangle horseback riding reservations, fly fishing excursions, chef services, and every detail to make your Big Sky stay unforgettable. So that sounds like a lot of fun, if that's your deal. I don't think you're going to go fly fishing anytime soon.
I'm not a big outdoorsman.
And this last one is the Sublime Sand in Comporta, Portugal, which is south of Lisbon, and says it's a quick red eye from the U.S. that feels, in travel terms, not much further than a West Coast getaway if you're coming from the East Coast. For those who want to leave the country this summer for beaches with European flair and plenty of room to breathe, if even for just a long weekend, Comporta hits the mark.
Okay.
This hotel has been around since 2014. They have now renamed their 23 rooms and 22 villas Terracotta and opened a new Sand Wing, which is basically its own hotel, featuring 43 new villas with their own reception, restaurant, and amenities. Spread across 51 hectares of Atlantic pine forest, dunes, and rice fields, these distinctive accommodations range from 1 to 4 bedroom villas, each with private pools and indoor-outdoor living spaces. So that also sounds phenomenal. So if Portugal's on your list, maybe check this out, because that sounds great to me. But now my next tidbit is not from this list, something I came across randomly. So that Canyon Ranch has been on my list for a while. Okay. Canyon Ranch is one of the most well-known wellness resorts in the world. They have locations in Tucson and Lenox, Massachusetts, in the Berkshires.
It just doesn't sound right, does it?
What?
The latter.
Massachusetts?
Just going to Western Massachusetts isn't high up on my list as far as a retreat.
I don't know. The Berkshires are supposed to be really pretty. I haven't spent much time there, but a little bit.
I've driven through Western Massachusetts. Yeah. It's fine.
But they are opening a new location in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, one of your favorite.
I love Austin.
One of your favorite places, home of one of my good friends, hippie guy and his wife. You went out there to do the Austin city limits.
You did.
You fell in love with it.
I did.
Okay.
So this is very exciting because I can get Canyon Ranch and Austin. Now, again, I haven't spent a lot of time in Arizona, so the original Tucson location is extremely appealing to me, and I still want to do that. But, now I have something else to put on the bucket list.
And then we could create a win-win with Tucson. I mean, we could go to Austin and I could hang out with my buddy and play golf. And then I could also go to Tucson and we could go to University of Arizona college basketball game.
We could do that.
Which has always been highly on my list.
Okay, we can do that.
Is that all you have?
That's all I have. Do you have anything else?
I had one more. I'm going to save it to next week in the interest of time because we like to keep these between 15 and 20 minutes. And it was going to be another Disney-related topic. And when I get on Disney-related topics, it tends to go and go and go. So we'll wrap it up. That wraps up this week's travel stories on the Elevated Escapes Report. We'll be back next week with the latest travel trends from around the globe. Thanks for listening.
And thanks for making us part of your travel journey. Safe travels.